Hey guys, Veebat here with another V-Plays, taking a look at the F-84F. This is going to be the Tier 10 on the pseudo ground attacker American multi-role line. Now this thing is a missile boat much like its little brother, the F-84B, but with a swept wing design and a little bit more purpose-built fuselage. This aircraft was built to be a performer and a really good napalm dropper, historically speaking. But this thing in-game has the capability of carrying 12 HFAR 5-inch rockets, as well as, well, those aren't the 5-inch rockets. The 5-inch rockets are these monsters right here. These were actually built from like a piece of like drainage pipe apparently, and just filled with munitions. But it also is fairly maneuverable, sports these 650 cal machine guns, much like the F-86 Sabre, and is a pretty substantial piece of machinery here. Now we're going to try and help out by doing a couple of launches here, and we hurt that site pretty good. Didn't finish it off, but that's okay. I have a feeling my teammates will be able to do that. Just giving them a hand. Usually when you damage targets, that's enough to be able to help your allies out, and now we're just going to leave the area. This aircraft is going to be maneuverable for a multi-role, but very fast as well, with good boost. The reload time on the air-to-ground munitions, you can see, is pretty substantial, very long, and the 50 cals are going to feel pretty lethargic. Although if we can get them tracking on the target like this, eventually it starts to stack up. But I got to sit in this guy's tail gunner for a while to do this, and that's a dangerous endeavor. Air defense aircraft, that's what you want to use this against. So let's go ahead and go to this next site and see if we can go after some air defense aircraft and help our team out. The enemy player is going to be a kitted out F-86 Sabre. That's going to be a problem for us to really try and go up against that aircraft. Already under the AA fire. Let's see if we can find a target to go after here. We are pretty nimble. We got like a 10-second turn time, which is good enough. Ooh, we got players. Let's go after these enemies here. The Seahawk is pretty low health. I think we can finish him off. Oh, I didn't even get a chance. If you got an option, usually I'll go after the enemy player aircraft or the enemy team aircraft before I'll go after, oh, you got big cannons, before I'll go after the bot fighters, unless I just can't get around on them. The damage on these starts to stack up, like I said before, and you can start getting a lot of criticals and lighting people on fire. Speaking of, 2 criticals, and we lit that guy on fire. We got our big nasty rockets back. When you just switch modes and you're like, okay, well now I'm going after aircraft, you don't notice the reload time nearly as much. But let's go back and see if we can give our team a hand with this site. We need to stop these ground attackers from wrecking our stuff. You're an IL-40. Maybe. The IL-40's probably more dangerous as a ground attacker. I'm not sure I'll be able to get this guy. Oof, that was close. Gotta sit in these tail gunners more than I would like. Oh, okay, that was a prime example of a ground rocketeer. By shooting the rockets at the ground, you actually cause a large enough blast radius to be able to kill a low-flying ground attacker. That's a little trick that took a while to figure out, so hopefully that helps one of you guys out there. Let's see if we can nick him a little bit here. guns never overheat, it feels like. They just go forever, but his tail gunner's got me dead to rights. It's just too much. The damage output from 50 cals just isn't what you need it to be for going after aircraft like that. The enemy has control of that offensive site, and it's going to be hard to take it from him. Might be worth giving it a shot, but right now it's just me trying to go up against those aircraft, so I'll give it a shot, but I'm pretty sure we've lost this site. Yep.
We've had to yield the plant to the enemy.
We're going to get supremacied. Just the wrong aircraft to be flying solo in. This is the type of aircraft you almost need support because that guy denies this entire airspace. There's not much I can do about him. If I can catch him unaware, I might be able to surprise him. Give him some hurt here. Okay, he got target blind, that's good for us. Let's see if we can take his airfield and ruin his day. Usually an F-7U is hard to keep up with, but with this aircraft, not only can we keep up with him, but we're pretty quick. There we go, this is my site now. Let's go see if we can mess up their bomber site over here.
Be advised, a line of thunderstorms is approaching. We'll soon be unable to provide support. Do you copy? Over.
Oh. We were all at way too high an altitude for a multi-roll. Whew. Nice thing is all these aircraft are super low on health.
You're on your own.
Like I said, not great guns, but they are more than enough for these air defense aircraft, so especially when they just need a little nick like that.
Step it up. We're losing the battle.
Didn't quite get it yet. F2H, I can keep up with you actually. Getting weird lag glitches here. The thing about 50 cals is, yeah, you can go out to like 2,000 feet, but against beefier targets you want to be nearly at 1,000 feet. There we go. That's helpful. We got the zone. Maybe a little too late, but we got it. They're down on aircraft. This is probably going to be how we'll win the battle if we can win it. Closer, Veebat, 1,000 feet, that's what we talked about. There it is. Trying to kill my GA? I don't think so, boys. Go after the more maneuverable target.
Almost all enemy aircraft are destroyed.
This is the last one. And he's gone. Whew, man, what a tough fight. That's a good one. That's a good one for sure. Probably one of the better matches I've had in this aircraft. I've only flown it a few times. Got it during the holiday break. Gave it a shot. I've been trying to get it for a while. I mean, I like the F-84B, but I wanted to get all the American Tier 10 aircraft, and this was the last one I needed, so we are there. And who doesn't love having a total of what we're looking at? 12 of the regular HFAR rockets, and yeah, those are 5-inch rockets, I take it back, and then the tiny Tims. So, man, if those are 5-inch rockets, these tiny Tims are huge. So we've got 12 of those 5-inch rockets and then 2 of the tiny Tims for a total of 14 rockets. Now you can opt to put bombs on, and normally I prefer to put bombs on over rockets. We kind of talked about that in the past, but those pylons are so big, it needs to have these rockets, and you saw how effective it was for that Rocketeer. Those are few and far between, but definitely nice to have. We have maximized for maneuverability. It may seem counterintuitive, like why are you maximizing maneuverability on a multi-role fighter? Because at this tier, there's very few things that are going to be very turny, with the exception of like your Russian Yaks and stuff. Most aircraft are going to be relatively slower on the turns, and you're already a very fast aircraft. You're able to outpace a lot of things with a total boost speed of 609 miles per hour. That's pretty good. The aircraft is definitely not hurting for power. The thing's essentially an engine with some wings strapped on it. Like the cockpit had to be raised up just to allow the airflow to be able to be maximized on this airframe. But all in all, great aircraft, very iconic aircraft as well, and a real joy to fly. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will be catching you guys on the next one. Until then, have fun and fly safe.